Well, aloha and welcome to the secret art of Huna. And I thought today I'd talk about connecting to the energy of the land. There's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, because it's something that I've been doing quite a bit of lately in preparation for the retreat that I'm running in a couple of weeks. And secondly, because connecting to the energy of the land is a really powerful way of getting in touch with your own spirituality, your own sense of consciousness. And I'll talk a bit more about that in a second. And I think the third reason is that when you connect to the energy of a place, it gives you a sense of being at one with the planet, at one with the place, and that's such a powerful thing. If you go visit somewhere and you just connect with the land, it's powerful and it tunes you into the place. So some really good reasons for doing it. The late great John Kaimikawa, who was one of our teachers in Hawaii, John used to say that if you wanted to be truly pono, and by pono what he meant was centered, balanced, feeling right with the world, right with yourself, that sense of just everything is totally in line and as it absolutely should be. If you want to have that feeling, then you need to be pono, not just with yourself, but with God, ke akua, or source or spirit, whatever your word is for higher consciousness, and with the planet, the land, and everything on the planet, everything on the land. So from that perspective, tuning into the land is a cornerstone, or the the third piece in the pyramid for becoming pono with yourself and with the world at large around you. Pono, the word pono, you'll come across it in ho'oponopono. Ho'o means to make. Pono, as I say, means right. Not as in right and wrong, but that sense of being right and at one with yourself. And in Hawaiian, when you double a word, then it's doubly strong. So it's doubly at one with yourself. So pono is a really important word in Hawaiian spirituality. So bringing in that sense of pono-ness, although that's not a Hawaiian word. So John would talk about this, and another of our teachers, our Hula Teacher, Kumuitua Lopez, he always says that you need to know where you've come from, you need to know where you are, and you need to know where you're going. When he goes anywhere, the first thing he does when he steps off the plane, because living on the big island in Hawaii, you probably are going to fly. Wherever he goes, when he steps off the plane, he will take time just to connect with the place that he's arrived in. And when he goes home, back to Hawaii, he'll connect with Hawaii because he's going home. But it's connecting with the land wherever you go, so that the very first thing you do is you greet the land, you tune into the land, you tune into the place, because it makes it so much more easy to tune into the people, into the food that you eat, and into everything that's going on around you. If you go to a place like Avebury or Stonehenge, and not just those places actually, but places like Avebury and Stonehenge, or any place where there's a known energy centre, then tuning into the land can be quite easy. But if you just go into the garden and tune into the land, it may be more difficult, but it's such a valuable thing to do, because when you stand there and you're just hooking into the deepest energy of the earth. We talk about Gaia, we talk about Mother Earth, but really tuning in to that energy of Mother Earth, because let's face it, we came from Earth and we're going to go back to Earth. Yes, I know our bodies are made up of 90% plus of water, but the water covers the Earth. So that tuning into the essence of who we really are, it's so important. One of the ways you can do it is with dowsing rods. Dowsing rods are interesting because if you don't feel energy, or you don't think you feel energy, because we all do feel energy, some of us think we don't. With dowsing rods, or a pendulum, you can actually get a visual. If you're tuning into a particular energy stream, then the dowsing rods will start to move. There's some great books about it, and if it's something that you're interested in, worth reading about. I have to admit that 25 years ago, if you'd told me that I would get interested in dowsing, I would have said no way. I didn't believe there was anything in it, but I've been wandering around with these dowsing rods, and the rods have been doing the weirdest things. And I've come to realize that actually there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. But I've known for a long time that this tuning into the earth energy, this ability to connect with earth and really reach down and tune into all that geology that's gone on, all those changes, everything that's beneath us, we're in touch with such a teeny tiny part of it, and it goes on for miles, and we don't always connect with that depth. How do you do it? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Stand on a piece of land, go out into the fields, go out into the forest, go wherever you go. Stand, relax, allow yourself to relax. Ideally go into expanded awareness. So you're really opening up your sense of connection, and just be mindful, be present, hold the space. Where am I? What am I feeling? What am I sensing? And allow your conscious mind to take a little holiday, because your conscious mind will criticize and go, nah, that's rubbish. No, you're not really doing it. You're making it up, and all that kind of stuff. Let your unconscious mind really tune in to what's going on, and notice how your experience of the place starts to feel different. Yes, the little yada, yada, yada will go. And if you're very scientifically minded, you may have doubts about it. But there are plenty of scientists. The imaging and some of the technology that's available now, what it's showing us in terms of energy flows and the way Earth's currents work is extraordinary. In fact, back in the day when they were first laying telephone cables, they found that there are areas where they couldn't lay the cables. The current, the energy around, just it seemed to do something with the telephone cables. I guess they've got the technology to get over that now. But there is way more in the earth than we think of. So have a play with it. It's ever such fun. And if it gets you outside and it gets you walking outside and standing outside and enjoying nature a little bit more, then all to the better. And the more pono you are with the land, the more pono you are with the planet and everything on the planet, the more pono you'll be with yourself. Have a great day. Talk to you very soon.